Hello everybody and welcome to Voice of Fire Tarot. For today's reading, I'm going to be channeling messages directly from source to you. And this can be about anything whatsoever. So there will be 3 groups to choose from. So if you choose the first group, you'll be selecting the blue Obsidian. For group 2, it will be the Amethyst. And for group 3, it will be the Spirit Quartz. Okay, so as usual, take your time, use your intuition, pause the video if necessary, and select which group or groups most resonate with you. Please also remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If you wish to have a more personal reading, you can do so by following the link below. Also, if you like what you see and hear, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you at your reading. Goodbye. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. You chose the blue Obsidian crystal, and this reading will be about a channeled message or messages from source for you, and it can be about anything. And when I'm now connecting to your energies, Group 1, what I'm seeing is an image, almost looks like a pond. It's in the sort of the left upper corner. There's a pathway, and in the upper corner, it's almost between a speech bubble and a pond, and there's a face appearing in it. It's quite an androgynous face, but I would say mainly it's veering towards a female. So I feel there's something here that's been transmitted to me is about looking in the mirror or looking in the waters and seeing what comes back at you and seeing what is reflected back at you. Also, this water, this pond that I'm seeing, is almost in between water and clouds, and it keeps changing. So I think working with the element of air and the element of water would be pretty good for you at this time, Group 1. So this is what's directly coming to me from source about your energies at the moment. So I'd like to get a bit of information, please, source. Please, can you give me some information about the situation that you want to speak or communicate with Group 1 about, please? So for this reading would be the situation and then the advice from source on this situation or messages about it. Okay, so what situation do you want to give Group 1 messages about, please? And the situation could be literally anything. Okay, so what's coming through directly from source for Group 1? So we have the 7 of Pentacles, followed by the Death card, followed by the 3 of Swords. Okay, so what I feel, what's coming through instantly, when I talked about that mirror, when I talked about in the reflection, what I'm seeing here is reflected in these 2 cards here. So I'm seeing somebody who's almost looking at something that they've done. They're looking at things they've done throughout their lives and they're reflecting on it. I'm seeing a really, really big period of reflection going on for you at the moment, Group 1. And for a lot of you in this group, there is a big transformation that's happening. There's a death of something old and something that you really don't need to be bringing forward into the next bit, into the next stage. Now, what's interesting is we have the 3 of Swords here. So I'm feeling there's some sort of difficulty associated with this transformation. I'm feeling that on the face of it, this transformation is feeling quite difficult. And it's feeling quite, I almost feel like a sense of limbo here, and that you feel a bit lost with this transformation. But what's happening is, it's feeling difficult because it's almost like you are being forced to look in the mirror about something. And what might be coming back at you is not very comfortable at the moment, but that it's almost like that is how it's meant to be for this transformation to happen. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a bit more information about this situation. So I'm going to get some clarifiers for the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So clarifiers, please, for Group 1 source, for the Seven of Pentacles and the Three of Swords, please. Okay, what have we got? So we have the Seven of Wands, and here we have the High Priestess. Very, very interesting. A lot of introspection going on at the moment. I feel there's a lot of inner work. And I almost feel as well, there's a sense, even though this feels, or looks, I should say, quite like you're in a sense of limbo, but you have a kind of knowledge that you have, it's almost like you are still standing and you're still fighting. And what's interesting as well is we have two sevens, which is very, very interesting indeed. And seven's a very, very spiritual number, the number 7. And we have the element of fire with the element of earth, which is really, really interesting as well. And it's almost like what you're doing at the moment, you're assessing things that you've achieved in the material world, things that you've really struggled for. And there's just a sense of disappointment about it. You've worked really, really hard for it. It's taken a lot of energy, a lot of firepower to do this. But what's happened is you're not quite happy with the results. But if you look on the floor, the 7th pentacle is on the floor. And this is the part that you might be missing. And in order for you to see this and move away from this, this 3 of Swords, this struggle energy, you need to undergo this transformation. And this transformation really involves really looking deeply into that mirror, looking into the soul and seeing what comes back. And this will give you loads and loads of knowledge about what it is that you need to know. I know it sounds a bit obtuse at the moment, or obscure, I should say. But this is what's coming through. This is the situation that you are going through at the moment, Group 1. So I'm going to get a bit more information from the Oracle deck about this. The Wild Unknown Archetypes. For Group 1, please. What's the situation you are wanting to give a message about, Source, for Group 1? That one, I think. Here we have the womb. Okay, this is almost like it's taking you back to the origin. And also we have a triangle upside down. So I'm not sure if this is fire. I can't remember now. I'm pretty sure it might be fire, or it might be one of the other elements. But I'm seeing a lot of red and a lot of energy here building up. The situation is that it's almost like I feel like you are going back in time and you're replaying some sort of event from a long time ago, and it's constantly replaying. It's like you're constantly in a loop here, in a cycle of constant heartbreak. And what's happening, there's a need for you to look in the mirror, to look deeper into something, and then this change will happen, this transformation will happen. The transformation is really, if you look at the colours here of the Death card and the colour in the centre, this is the core of everything. This is what will change everything and enable this transformation to happen. It's the need to really, really, really look deep. I'm going to get another card, I think. Just some information about this situation, please, Spirit, for people in Group 1. And what's interesting as well, just looking at this now, this is like the whole life cycle. You have the womb, so we have birth and we have death as well, which is major, major transformation happening for you at the moment. It's like you're assessing everything up to this point. It could even be a cycle of 7 years that you are assessing as well. Okay, soulmate. This relationship is a match made in heaven. Okay. I feel like it needs another card just to corroborate. Or old soul. Okay, so I think this is more to do. I don't think this is referring to another person. I think it's referring to something within yourself, even your relationship to your higher self. And I think your higher self is what is coming through the mirror and giving you information back to you. So it is a match made in heaven, this relationship. It's about you really getting into tune and attaching or connecting with your higher self again through this smirk, through this heartache, this high priestess. This is a secret, really. You are connecting to something very, very old that goes back to the beginning. This womb also might be your very first incarnation, not even the beginning of this permanent incarnation. We could be talking right to the bit when your soul had its first incarnation in whichever form you were at. But now it's bringing you back to the beginning in order for a change to happen. This is what's happening here. And yes, you have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. And I'm feeling a sense of struggle, and I'm feeling a sense of tiredness that's in you at the moment. And there's a struggle that really to go on with something at the moment. I feel that that is the key. I think it's a sense of tiredness and disappointment. And it's like you need a resurgence. You need something to change. Okay, so what I want to know now, please, Source, is what advice do you have for Group 1 about this? What message do you have for them, please? I feel I've kind of said the message already about a lot of deep inner reflective work, but I'm going to go a bit deeper into it. So anything else you want to say, please, about the message for people in Group 1? Okay. So I can definitely see momentum in the bottom of this deck, obviously with the 8 of Wands. So I think they're trying to focus you. I think Source is trying to focus you towards that. So we have Queen of Swords. So instantly I'm feeling these clouds of confusion and murkiness. These are the things that are blinding you for what the truth is. These are starting to clear, and they want you to it's almost to clear your mind and to get really, really clear about certain things. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And this is you, really, what I see is kind of you grounding this knowledge and making it into something precious. And I think what the situation is to focus on this work that you were doing on yourself as something really, really precious. She's holding this pentacle as something precious. She's gazing into it. This is what they're saying to you. This is what Source is saying to you, Group 1. They want you to treat your self-reflection, your self-development as if it is something precious, as if it is a jewel or something fragile that you don't want to drop and you want to nurture. I get a real sense of you nurturing this. And then we have the Hanged Man. And to me, instantly, what I'm getting through is really surrendering. And what this Hanged Man does, he hangs upside down. And by hanging upside down, the Hanged Man is able to see things from a very, very different perspective. The world looks very, very different when you are upside down. And by hanging upside down, the upper chakras light up, as you can see here, and this light is illumination. It's almost like, I think of it as a miner's lantern, or like in the olden days, going through a mine or going through a tunnel, lighting away for the tunnel. And that tunnel is really, to me, is the depths of your soul. It's like you're hanging between different dimensions, really, not just your physical layer, but the other layers as well. There's a need for you to surrender and to tap into that as well. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. So what you need to do, what Source is saying to you is that you need to be really clear-minded and to clear a lot of clutter. And to me, this is all the clutter. Okay, this tiredness, and yeah, there's a sense of disappointment. Okay, so I want to know, I'm going to go to this Queen of Pentacles because I want to know, what is this precious thing you need to focus on? This is almost, to me, this feels like the outcome of this work that you were doing. So what is this precious thing that we are focusing on, please, Spirit? So what I'm going to do, or Source, the same thing, I call them spirit, source interchangeably. But source, please give me more information about what is this precious thing that the Queen of Pentacles is holding. And almost, if you think about it, when when there's a reflection, it's like things are turned the other way. As I saw that reflection, people looking at the reflection, it's like the opposite way is turned round. It's almost like if you reflected upright, and then this way, seeing things, looking in the mirror, seeing things from a different perspective. It's almost seeing that world within the mirror. So the Queen of Pentacles, what have we got? Wow. Okay. Right, this is a very different energy here. So this to me is about positivity. It's about independence. And this is actually being proud of what you have accumulated so far. This is actually seeing things. This is seeing things as, this to me is the garden. This is a beginning. So this could go either way, really. So the situation is something is growing. But for some reason, the way you were looking at it is that you worked really hard for it and you're disappointed with what's grown so far. And you're missing the hidden bits of, brilliance that is sort of hiding from you, but it's in plain sight and you need to see it. But you're seeing things from quite a negative perspective here. You're thinking, I've grown this, but it could have been better. I could have done more. I'm so unhappy with this, rather than thinking what you've grown so far. And this is where the Three of Swords is coming from, that kind of disappointment with what you created. But actually, the message that Source has for you is actually to see what this is. Out of all this, you've got something really, really valuable, which is what she's looking at here. And out of that valuable thing, you can create more things. If you look, we've gone from a bush to a fully abundant garden. All right, so what Spirit is saying, or what Source is saying, is to focus on one particular thing of value. All right, could be an idea, could be anything on earth, something, a project. It could be anything. Doesn't matter what it is, but it's something. I feel it's something three-dimensional, and it makes you feel connected, and it makes you feel happy. And it's saying focus on that, and what that will do, that will multiply. This is almost like reproducing different pentacles from this one valuable pentacle that you've noticed here, and your garden will start to develop and your self-esteem will start to increase. But in order to get to this stage, this is the aim, what you need to do is really try and clear, really surrender, almost really tap in, clear your mind really. I think meditation will be a really, really good step for you. So I'm going to get some information about this Queen of Swords actually. How can people in Group 1 Source, how can they clear their minds to get this really precise information and precise message? Okay, so Page of Swords, again, we're talking about mental clarity, mental space. It's creating a space for yourself, and it's been really, really clear. And also to be aware, pages are also messengers, and they can come in any form. It could be through a spirit guide. It could be through a person that says one thing. It could be one thing within a conversation that rings a bell somewhere inside you, and that instantly clears them clouds. It's like an aha moment, or anything really that clears them clouds and clears them clouds of confusion. So it's being aware and it's being really sharp in the mind, and what that will do, that will help you actually notice this thing. Again, it could be a talent, it could be anything, or something. It's just something that's very valuable to you, and how to multiply it really. But there is a sense here of surrendering. There's a sense of what our Source is asking you to do is accept where you are now, and to not really, I think they're saying to not put this amount of pressure on yourself and beat yourself up. And what this will do, this will open up a space for you to be able to really assess what is really going on, and to get much more knowledge and self-insight as well, and connect you much more to your soul. And this is where this Hanged Man is coming in. You see things from a different perspective, and this will enable this transformation to happen. and this new thing to grow. I feel this womb, we have the death card here, but then we have a rebirth in the womb. And that's really the origin. If you see the dark colours here, the origin is from this scorpionic death transformation, and it's getting more powerful and more powerful. But definitely through the element of the air is really important, and water as well, which I do associate, the High Priestess with. We have her gown is almost like water. And some people say that the water of a gown actually goes down into the next card, the Empress card, and forms the water there, the number 3 in that card. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the Wild Unknown Archetypes again for what's your message, please, for people in Group 1 source? The vision. Wow. Okay. I'm going to go deeper into this. The vision. So vision is clear here. It's almost like you have a vision. I know it sounds a bit, what's the word? I can't think of the word. A bit cheesy anyway. But it is true. She's seen this. She has a vision. If you have a vision about something, go with it. All right. And we have 2 hours here, and we have the moon. And we also have this really, well, it's quite similar to what's going on with this womb. There's something right in the center. And also this person, or there's a pair of hands holding something really, really precious as well. But it's held within the dark. Okay. It's looking in the darkness and bringing things out into the light. I want to go get a bit more clarity about what this vision is. So I'm going to go to the Life Purpose card, or the Life Purpose deck, and get a bit more information. Talk to your angels. So instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. Okay. And then we have environmentalist. So you are an earth angel who was born to protect, nurture, and teach about nature and the animals. And what's really interesting is this environmentalist card has come out, and we're talking about nature and the animals. And then if you look at this Queen of Pentacles, she's basically immersed in nature. It's very grounded, but it's really connected to Mother Nature. We have a rabbit here. We have all these flowers, all this foliage around her. And also we have a garden again. And we have a bird that is communicating to the lady in the 9 of Pentacles. So yes, there's something to do. You have some sort of vision that you need to get clear about. And you need to connect with your angels or whoever. It could be your spirit guides. But I definitely feel there's some sort of high vibrational being that will really, really help you with this. And that's what you need to connect to. And this is a precious thing. You definitely have a vision about something that you want to develop. So it could be something creative, that's, or something where you want to help others, you want to help animals in some sort of way. That could be something that's very, very strong that's coming through. Okay. So what a very, very interesting reading. Thank you very much, Group 1. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, and also leave a comment if you wish to do so. All right, so thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You chose the Amethyst crystal, and this reading is about a message or messages channeled from Source to you. And this could be about a situation or anything really. So the first part of the reading, I'll be asking Source about what it is they want to comment on, or give information or insights about, or a message about. And the next part of the reading will be what the messages actually are. And when I'm connecting to your energies, Group 2, what's really strange is I'm seeing it's like a toy train, or even, I'm not sure if it's a toy train or something, but it's on a track in the sky and it's coming towards the side of the picture, but the skin, really the best way I could describe it is the skin of this train is like made from, or the chassis or whatever, is made from a chessboard, and it's quite checkered. There's a strange energy that's coming through. This is the message that I'm getting for you, group 2. So let's put this amethyst aside at the top of the board, or of the top of the spread. And I want to ask now, please, Source, what is it you want to give group 2 a message about, please, Source? What is it you want to give to, or group 2 a message about, please? Okay, so we have the 10 of Cups, followed by the Strength card, followed by the King of Pentacles, followed by the High Priestess. Wow. Okay. So I feel there's different, it's almost like this train is bringing through a lot of information, and the chessboard is almost how you use that information. And I think the complexity of it is shown by the complexity of the colours. I know it doesn't seem very complex, but the colours of the rainbow, this is lighting up the whole spectrum. This is actually revealing the whole spectrum of what there truly is. This to me is tuning in to a higher frequency. And when you tune into that higher frequency, this is almost like a train track. This rainbow is like a train track, and all these different things will start to come through. These are also almost like chess pieces as well. These cups that are on this actual rainbow, and they're coming through, and things are being illuminated to you as this train of cups comes through along this rainbow to you. And yes, there's a lot of inner knowledge that's coming through. There's a lot of connection to really something deep, and really something at a soul level. And also we have the Strength card. So I think, the situation is that it's almost like you are getting fine-tuned energetically in terms of your knowledge and your ability to connect to other energies, and to also a high frequency of love as well that's coming through. This is kind of giving you the strength to do this. I want to get a bit more about this King of Pentacles and the Strength card. I think I'd like to get more clarity on these. So Source, what is it you wanted to give group 2 information about, please, or advice about? In particular, the Strength card and the King of Pentacles. It's almost like saying, what's your next move? That's what's coming through in regards to chess. And on the bottom of the deck, we have movement here as well. So, the Strength card, we have the 9 of Wands. So I definitely feel like you have been through a lot of difficulty, group 2, but you've got some sort of strength and you're still standing at the end of it. And then for the King of Pentacles, this is almost giving you a set of rules to navigate your way around the earth plane. This is what I'm feeling is coming through for you. You're getting a lot of information from a very high frequency that's coming direct to you. I feel a lot of you are probably tuning in at the moment, possibly psychically or at least intuitively. And the situation is, I think your intuition is increasing. And what this is doing, this is giving you strength. And it's almost like you don't know where this strength is coming from. But what Source is saying is it's directly coming through your guides, your spirit guides, through Source, to the angels, whoever resonates with you, they are giving you that strength. And this is enabling you to really feel quite grounded, feel quite secure on the earth plane, and almost you're able to navigate the earth plane. With this world card, this is someone who's come to the end of a cycle, but it's a really, really good cycle. This is almost like, you know, that self-realization. That's what's coming through. And what's happening is it's almost like your sight and your ability, and this is Capricorn as well. The world is to do with Capricorn. This is your ability to see what you can achieve in the world. It's actually starting to become clear, and you're actually getting some knowledge of how you can ground these very high vibrational forces into something really, really quite abundant, really. So let's get some more about this. I'm going to go to the Oracle of the Seven Energies deck. It almost feel like it's almost the situation is that you're trying to ground energy into something tangible, something three-dimensional, into reality. A higher view. Yes, you are definitely getting a higher view of things at the moment. And obviously, the rainbow here is an extremely high view. It's a very, very high frequency. You're being tuned in. And we have a bird here, an owl, I should say. So a lot of communication is happening for you at the moment. And it's coming through really, really quickly. And this information is giving you knowledge about how to navigate the earth, how to navigate your life here in earth. And, you know, how to really, I feel like you're being given a lot of resources to stay strong, and it also could feel like you are getting some injection, possibly of physical health, mental health, that's really, really positive from somewhere, and you're not sure where it's coming from. But what it's saying is, source is saying is that it's coming from a very, very high level. As I said, a higher view. You're getting a higher view of the situation. 41 as well, we have the colour purple, so we're talking about crown chakras. I feel that in this situation now, your crown chakras are possibly always very open, but at this particular time, you were getting a lot of downloads and a lot of information through your crown chakra. It's a colour purple, and also we have the amethyst crystal, which again is your crown chakra. And this information is coming through like a train. With chess, we have a lot of the strategies. I think strategies to work our way through things. And this is what's coming through. And it's like you are the stronger opponent in the chess game. Okay, anything else? I think I'm going to go to this deck, the Gateway of Light activation. What else do you want to comment on, please? Spirit, what is it you want to give a message about to group 2? What's interesting as well, with the chessboard, it's checkered. You have the dark squares and the white squares and the black squares, which is also what we're seeing here. You're seeing different ways to navigate using them squares. Then we have Arcturian light codes, evolutionary downloads, recalling power, future thinking. Yeah, there is a sense of you bringing something that is possibly, very futuristic. It's like you're tuning into a continuum. You're seeing through, possibly seeing through the veil. You're bringing very, very, quite futuristic knowledge as well. I nearly said the word novel then, which is a bit strange, but almost futuristic knowledge. This could be from lives where you've been a starseed, or could be from particular beings who are associated with that as well. Possibly interdimensional lives that you've had, or you're communicating with interdimensional beings who have that kind of energy about them. That future, that future Aquarian kind of energy, I think. Wow. Okay. So what I want to do now, group 2, I want to go a little bit deeper into what the message is that's coming through from source to you. So what is the message, please, for people in group 2? Source, what message or messages do you have for them about this, please? Okay. Right, so we have the Ace of Wands. So yes, this is like firepower. This, as I said before, it's that feeling of good health, physical health, mental health, I think as well. Just that feeling of being vibrant, vitality. Then we have Queen of Swords, which is to me in this instance is definitely about clarity, mental clarity as well. Then we have the Two of Cups. Wow, this is almost like you're coming together with your higher self or with Source directly. And then we have the Devil. Wow, okay. And what I'm instantly drawn to, it's almost like you're seeing both sides of a situation. You're seeing the darkness and the light, and you're getting knowledge about this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull a bit more information about this Devil card. So, Source, please can you give me a bit more clarity about the Devil card? What's the message that you got for people in group 2, please? Okay. What this is saying to me, right, this Page of Wands, there's a lot of cards here to do with youth and vitality. No matter what your chronological age is, this is to do with the energy of youth, the energy of being vital, about things being new as well. And what it's saying is, yes, I feel like a lot of you may be in this kind of energy where you're feeling sometimes you might feel you're in the shadow too much. Things are difficult. You have sort of doubts, insecurities. This is what I'm seeing here with this Devil card. You might feel quite bound as well. But this is making you feel very, very tired, but you are still standing. And what's coming through is this Page of Wands and Ace of Wands. So the aces are to do with beginnings. So the 9 is near the end. You've carried all this, and what Source is helping you with, they're giving you the strength. It's almost like to have a rebirth, to light your way through the darkness, to find this new you. Okay, so let's see what we've got. I think I'm going to go back to the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. So what's your message, please, for people in group 2, please, Source? Solar light upgrade. Solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. Yes, and we have the Ace of Wands here, we have the Page of Wands. There's a lot of fire here, something that's really important for you. I think you are getting an upgrade, and what this is doing is helping you to battle through whatever is in the dark, and it's about allowing this to happen. But in order for this to happen, what Source is saying is that you need to increase your connection really with spirit, I think, and things are really clear then. I'm going to get a bit more information about this Two of Cups. I'm a bit perplexed about the Two of Cups. Because I feel there's another message coming through. Okay, so yeah, what they're saying is this connection you have with both sides of yourself is enabling in this power, this solar plexus chariot energy to come through. This is really connection through your heart chakra. This is connecting through your heart chakra. This will, this spirit here, we have a lion here, which is to me is resembling spirit. This is to do with courage, to do with bravery, and to do with strength. Remember, we have the lion here, that Leo energy. What that's doing is when you're connecting to spirit, you're connecting to this energy, the strength energy. And what's happened is a surge of energy is coming through. And it will feel like, as I said before, you don't know where it's come from, But what this is doing, this is augmenting the energy you have, and it's almost carrying you along. It's giving you that inner fire, giving you that willpower. But in order to get this, to get through this darkness, what you have to do is allow it. And as I said for group 1, I think what might be quite good for you, if you're not doing that already, is really meditating, trying to connect to source, to connect to your spirit guides, to connect with yourself, really, to connect with your soul. And what that will do, that connection, that will start to strengthen this. It's almost like a train coming through, this chariot. Actually, looking at it again. So this chariot is moving like a train, and we have the black and the white. These are the black and white squares. This is what's coming through. This is what's coming through for you really, really quickly. And this is what's going to help you, give you that strength to carry on, basically, and to get that youthful vitality back, and that kind of that enjoyment of life. This is what I'm seeing coming through, and that clarity. So yes, this is the train that's coming through. But in order to do that, you do need to really focus on connecting to your higher self, connecting to spirit. Let's see. I'm going to go again for this deck. The Oracle of the 7 Energies. One final word, please, for group 2 about the message you have for them, please, Source. Sacred reverence. Wow. And here, what we have. So in this particular deck, number 47, this is really, really high. This is crown chakra stuff. And it's got the white here as well. And if you notice, we have the hands and the earth as well. And it's in the shape of a heart. And when I mentioned before, I was talking about your heart chakra. So you really, I think what Source is saying is that you really need to focus on opening up your heart chakra, trying to imagine. It's almost imagine you have like a rope attaching you. Your heart chakra is attaching you from your heart to Source or to your guides. And what that would do, that it's almost like forming a kind of a train track. And that's bringing through this energy from spirit, this loving energy. But it's also not just energy and information and comfort. It's also bringing you strength and courage and vitality. But this is the portal. This is the key. And if you notice, there is a key also. And this is the key for you to unlock your world, is through your heart chakra. That's just really, really important for you. Okay. So this is a very energetic reading in terms of how you connect to your. This to me is saying, what Source is saying is, this is your key to connecting to spirit or connecting to your higher self in the most efficient way possible. And yes, they're really drawing attention to your heart. There's stuff that needs to happen. And I feel it's to do with the shadow. I'm just going to get one. I'd like to get a bit more information, please, about this shadow. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. Okay. The Shaman. Okay. And look what we have here. We have all these skulls. We have a snake. And we have stars. But it's all in the darkness. And we have a hand reaching out. So it's almost like, I feel through your heart, this maybe some of you might be good for you to work with a shaman, or you naturally might be shamans anyway. You're able to connect with the energy, and this will really, really help you. And this is part of your shadow work as well. So this is just so powerful. So yeah, if you are interested in that, or I feel some of you might have some sort of talent in that, this is really worth looking at. This will help you to explore the shadow, and things will start to be revealed to you. And you're doing that in conjunction with working on opening that heart space, that heart chakra as well. And this will bring through this is almost, to me, this is like a new you. This messenger, this page of wands, this is almost like a new you, new vitality. Okay, so very complex reading, group 2. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please remember to hit the like button, share, subscribe, leave a comment as well if you wish to do so. All right, so thank you very much for watching and goodbye. Hello Group 3 and welcome to your reading. You chose this lovely piece of spirit quartz, and this reading will be about messages or message channeled from source to you. And this could be about anything, about something in your life, a situation, a thought, anything really. So the first part of the reading will be what source has information. So basically the first part of the reading is what source wants to give you information about, so the subject matter. And then the next part of the reading will be the message or messages that source has for you about this. Okay. And already I feel this is possibly my Starseed group. When I'm connecting, what I'm seeing is the colour purple. That's when I'm connecting to your energies and what source is trying to tell me. I'm seeing the colour purple, and I'm seeing like a kind of a triangular dome with planets lined up each side. And I get a sense of travel. There's travelling towards me, and I feel it's from some sort of other, star system or galaxy, anything really, or other dimension. And I see the image of a person or a being who is alone by themselves in this dome. And I get a sense that at the moment you're feeling quite isolated and quite out of place on the earth plane in the three-dimensional. And it's almost like source is trying to give you a message or messages about this, but I'm going to go deeper now into the reading. But I'm just focusing as well on them planets that there's about 3 each side of the triangle that are coming towards me, and they're lined up and they're quite dim at the moment. But the space is like, it's almost like purple. It's not like black space, it's purple space. That's what's coming through. Okay, so from that, I want to ask you now, source, what is it you want to talk to Group 3 about, please? What is it you want to talk to them about, please, source? What is it you have a message for them about? Okay. Okay, we have the Strength card on the bottom, which is very interesting. So we have the 3 of Cups, followed by the 10 of Cups, followed by the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. So what I feel this is about you having something that you were bringing through from other lives, and you are needing to ground it, as we have here with the Knight of Pentacles. And I'm seeing here, this 10 of Cups, this is you. This is almost saying to me that you are tapped into or tuned into a very, very high frequency. And I think it's where you reside. I think you naturally reside in a high frequency. This 3 of Cups, this is all really to do with that frequency of enjoyment, of love. I almost get a bit of a Pleiadian feel from this as well. So some of you might have been Pleiadians in other lives as starseeds, and I feel that kind of thing is coming through. It's like a natural inclination towards that very, very high frequency of love through the heart chakra. So you're very, very much connected to that. It's almost like you're connected to some kind of utopian dimension or frequency. But what you're trying to do at the moment, you're trying to get by on the earth plane. And I think the earth plane to you feels very slow, like the Knight of Pentacles, might feel a bit stagnant. But there's a message coming through about that, because you are definitely bringing through some sort of gift to the earth plane. This is what I'm seeing. And this is what this Knight of Pentacles is holding. And it's something that you can make quite really interesting and quite revolutionary on earth, but it's something from the heavens basically, or something from a much higher frequency. Okay, so let's get a bit more information about this. So I'm drawn to really, I want to get a clarify for this Knight of Pentacles. What is it, please, source, that the Knight of Pentacles is holding for group 3? What is it that they are bringing to Earth in this particular life? I'm drawn to this card. Okay. Well, that's an interesting way of looking at it. So what were you bringing to Earth? I feel that this Nine of Swords is how you are feeling on the Earth plane at the moment. And what this is for is I'm seeing it's trying to focus you in on this particular gift that you have. But I'm getting a sense of loneliness here. It's almost like you're a lone traveler. A lone traveler going through the Earth plane, and you feel quite lonely, and it's making you feel quite anxious. I'd like to get a bit more information, please, about this. And we have the Five of Wands. So there's conflict coming through here. Okay. I think I'm going to go to the Oracle cards now. But it's almost like what I'm feeling here is that your energy, I get a sense of your energy is not compatible to other energies on Earth. And there's a conflict, there's a clash. It's like you're one of these people who you vibrate in such a high frequency that other people don't know how to take you. Other people who don't understand, who don't resonate on this high frequency, and this is making you feel quite alone and anxious, which is very, very understandable, especially if you're not sure of where, if you're finding the Earth plane, it could be your only or one of a very few incarnations on Earth, so it does feel quite alien to you. Things feel quite alien. Your energies are conflicting with others as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the unknown, wild unknown archetype deck, just to get a bit more information, please, about this situation that you are in at the moment, or probably for a long time, that Source wants to give you a message about. So what is this situation? The offering. Now, what's really interesting, we have the offering here. And we have the Knight of Pentacles is actually offering something here. He's actually offering something. Now, seeing this card, we have the moon here. We have a quite esoteric look to it. It almost looks interdimensional, all these different colours. And the hand has come through and it's offering something. So I'm wondering, looking at this now, what you are offering is something very, very high vibrational to people who are going through this Nine of Swords anxious energy, possibly people who are in the same situation as you, who might feel very isolated on the Earth plane, feel very, very different. Their energies clash with other people who are much more earthbound. And what you're doing, you're bringing something magical to them. Something magical. It's almost like, this Three of Cups energy. This is almost like finding people who are on the same wavelength as you and celebrating with them. And this is what you're doing. And also, I think what you're doing is you're bringing something to the people. So these people who are earthbound and your energies are clashing with, you're bringing something enlightening to them. It's almost like you're offering enlightenment to these people, to the earthbound, very three-dimensional souls that you are, in contact with, but also to people who are going through something similar to you. Very interesting. So I'm going to go to the Starseed deck now. So Source, can you give me more information about the situation that people in group 3 are in, please, that you want to give a message about? Fall into my arms. Okay, this is interesting. So surrender, holding the opposites. Remember the opposites here, all these conflicting energies, extremes of life. And I see a person who's almost carrying another person. So it's almost like you're bringing in comfort and companionship. But all these things around you feel, it's almost like this sense of loneliness amongst all of this. So this is a situation, and there's a need for you to just surrender. And it's like an acceptance that there are going to be extremes. There are going to be people that are very, very different to you, hold very different views, don't resonate at that same high frequency at you. And there's a need to kind of surrender to that. And this would be much better for you. It's like a release for you. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. So now what I want to do, I'd like to go, well, I want to ask Source really, what is the message that you have for people in group 3, please, about this? Okay. So we have Knight of Swords, followed by the Lovers, wow, followed by the Four of Wands. So what I'm seeing here, what Source is saying is this Knight of Swords, he has courage, and this is what I'm feeling here. It's about having courage and not being afraid. And you know, sometimes the Knight of Swords can be accused of being too flight or too quick to go into situations that are dangerous. But I think this is tempered here by this balance with the Lovers card, but also this balance with the Four of Wands. This is also bringing the opposites, the extremes of life here together in harmony. And I think there's a need for you to really look for energetic harmony. And what I see here as well is almost bringing your earthly self with your starseed self, or your other incarnations, or the other parts of your soul, is that they need to be brought together. This is a perfect harmony. That's what I'm seeing here. And also, yeah, we have the Lovers here as well. So yeah, what this is saying to me is that you might meet certain people, this could be romantically or platonically, that resonate on that same high frequency. And when you meet these people, this will make you feel very, very elevated, and also this will bring in a lot of healing for you, because you're able to resonate on a higher frequency with these people and these other souls. And I think if you don't meet these people, or you're not, you know, in a situation with them very often, I think trying to tune into this energy will be very, very beneficial for you. As I said with the other two piles, I think meditation will be really useful for you, connecting to this high frequency, connecting to a star being guide, or some sort of guide that can connect you to this high frequency. And I think naturally wanting to connect will naturally bring you through to this frequency. And this will be wonderful. You'll be able to bring through so much for yourself and for other people. I'm going to get more information about this. So, Source, can I have a clarifier, please, for the Lovers card? It's almost like, if you look at this Lovers card, it almost looks like a flying saucer descending down to the garden on Earth, the Earth, or the Garden of Eden. That's what I'm seeing here. It's like new things, new codes, activation codes being brought down to Earth. And this is what you bring. And it's about having the courage of that, and not to worry so much about how you come across to others. So, more information about the Lovers card, please. We have the Three of Pentacles. So yes, this is about you connecting with others. So yeah, connecting with others. And I think it's connecting to others through a very creative way. So it's about creating something that's really, really powerful, and that is aligned with your starseed origins. So I think, yes, a lot of the time this is working with your guides, and they will connect you to this wisdom that you bring through from these other realms where you have been before, in other lives. And it's about working on something and creating and building something from that. Definitely about building something. Because if you remember, this Knight of Pentacles, this to me, in your reading, is about building really, really strong foundations. If you look at the legs of this horse, the black legs, they're really, really thick, they're really, really sturdy. No gust of wind, no matter how strong it is, could push this Knight of Pentacles over. There's a strength to it, there's a resolution to it as well. And there's a plan as well, and it's in place no matter what obstacles there are. It's like you're standing your ground, and this is what I feel the message is coming through for you from Source. It's to stand your ground and to have courage, and to work with others who resonate on a similar frequency, and together you can build something really, really wonderful. And there's a harmony that needs to be achieved here. Okay, let's see what the Oracle cards have to say. So I'm going to go back to the Starseed Oracle deck here. So Source, what information do you have, please? What's the message that you have for people in Group 3? Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. Life lessons. I think this is learning, really teaching you how to be who you are. You're not saying you have to totally fit in with everything on Earth, but it's about learning how to be an Earthling, or how to live on Earth and make the best of it, and bring you wonderful talents and ideas and knowledge that you have from these other lives of Starseeds to bring it down to Earth in a really, really grounded way. Let's see what else we have. I'm going to go back to the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. So anything else, please, for Group 3 about the message that you have for them? You're definitely there's definitely something that you are offering. The Maiden. Okay. Now I'm really drawn to the imagery. I'm looking at this rose in the center, and again we have that frequency of love. We have the darkness here, the roses in the sky. There's this lovely pink element as well. And the Maiden, this is about something new and something really, really lovely, I think. I'm still a bit confused though about that particular card. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to another deck. I'm going to go to this deck. So the Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. For people in Group 3, please, what's the message for them? Soul Star Activation. So, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Yes, this has gone back to your origins. And we have Soul Star, and we're talking about something very, very, your origins are very, very high vibrational, high dimensional, and it's bringing them through. And again, it's very similar colours to here. So we're talking about high frequency colours. We're talking about really working on your third eye, your crown chakra, really expanding and bringing through that knowledge. Okay. And again, this could also refer to a significant other as well that might be really, really important for you, that can help you with this journey as well. And again, it doesn't have to be a romantic thing. It could be some sort of partnership that's really important for you, that will help you to bring this through, to fulfill your soul contract. I want to know what this soul contract is. So I'm going to go to the Oracle of the 7 energies for people in Group 3. What is this soul contract you're referring to? And I do have a feeling that it goes back to this part of the reading as well. Oh, that flew out. So we have exposed and revealed. I think yeah, and I talked about courage and bravery here. And there's a sense, I can see something incubating in an egg. It's a naked figure, but there's a star. If you look, there's a star shining bright behind it. So it's actually, your soul contract is to be who you are and not to care about how you come across to other people. And it's about being proud of who you are and being proud of your uniqueness. And there's a solar plexus firepower to this as well. We have the gold outline of this number, which is 21. 2 and 1 is 3, and 3 is the energy of creation as well. And we have the 3 of Pentacles as well. So it's really about you. You're not meant to be a wallflower. You're not meant to hide your talents and your abilities. You're meant to bring them out into the open, because you have something very, very valuable to offer people on the earth plane. Whether they resonate with your energies or not, it doesn't matter. You have something really, really valuable to bring. And this will be you fulfilling your soul contracts. This is you getting back to who you really are, what your origins are. Okay, so thank you very much, Group 3. That was a very, very interesting reading to finish off with. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and leave a comment if you wish to do so. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.